All right. Well, welcome everybody. This is KO Lynn back with some more Okami, and this is almost certainly the last episode for real this time. We have finished up with our final arc, and we're approaching the third arc, and we're approaching the final conflict. We already have run into our point of no return, and that's when I ended the last stream. So we're here now for the real point of no return, and we are going to go beyond it this time. We've already talked with everybody, so let's go. Let's do it. Well, Ammy, you know, there's no turning back once you board the Ark of Yamato. So, do you have the resolve to pass the point of no return? I do appreciate that they literally spell this out. The point of no return. Because it does no one any good if you don't know what that is. Or if you're too subtle about it. Anyway, let's go. I see. Well, I guess this is it then. Ammy? Don't you go dying like you did 100 years ago. Somber! Welcome! Welcome to the stream. It was totally working. Okay, it should be working now. Whoop. Wait a second, Ammy. Well, we've been through a lot together. How long's it been since we first met? Thank you, Zomber. It all started in the Valley of Sakuya's chest. Oh, great, taking us back to that. Then we laid the smackdown on Orochi, then that fox winch. We even went inside an emperor's body and traveled to the bottom of the sea. Then, before I knew it, I found myself back in my own land. And now, it all ends with the appearance of the legendary Ark. But for you, it's just the start of an even greater adventure. Sorry, Ammy. I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye. As I told you from the beginning, I joined you so that I could steal those 13 brush techniques of yours. We found them all during our travels. And now, each and every one has been etched into my mind. It's not like I've mastered them yet, but I plan on having loads of fun with my newfound skills. It's a bit sad to see you go, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself, pal. No, Ammy, no. Look, you're a god. I'm a sprite. We live in completely different worlds. The road ahead may be a tough one, but it's one you're just gonna have to walk. I know. It's just, I got things I need to do, too, you know? Now, let's wrap this up. I can't stand long goodbyes. Farewell, my furry friend. Hold it right there, furball. How many times do I have to tell you? We gotta go our separate ways. Now, leave me alone, you thick-headed lump of fur. He's right, Machete. Your way lies with this ark. You again! At last, a path to the heavens has opened up. Oh, fantastic! How long have I yearned for this moment? 200 years? No, it must have been much longer. Bah, what are you babbling on about now, you big fruitcake? A path to the heavens? On that creepy old hunk of junk? What a fitting exit for a half-baked prophet like you. I have no idea what you're up to, and frankly, I don't care. I'm not a part of this anymore, so I'm gonna split. Have fun, you two. Afraid of the legendary arc, are we? What did you say? Well, if you must go, then go. Besides, only those worthy of the trip to the heavens may board. The fabled Ark of Yamato. You never had a ticket, and you never will. Why, you witless two-bit half-baked prophet! You're just trying to trick me into getting on that stupid boat. I'm not gonna fall for something like that. I'm no fool. So there. Wait a second. I know. Maybe I should just hop on board your little boat. Yeah, and then I should tear the place apart as a little parting gift to you. Don't blame me. I already told you. Only those worthy of the trip to the heavens may board. But you didn't need me to tell you that, my little bouncing friend. You know very well why you can't board this ark. Do I not speak the truth, little celestial envoy? Well, it's about time. Ah! My little friend, I have another prophecy for you. Listen up, because this will no doubt come in handy for you. It takes two to tango. The bond of the brush shall intercede. Oh, Ammy looks so goofy. Maybe that should be the... Maybe that should be the screenshot for this episode. I thought I'd give you the long version since it was my last. Pretty good, don't you think? Those unwilling to fulfill their own destiny cannot board the ferry to the celestial plane. Life is all about resolve. Outcome is secondary. It is resolve that determines the value of your life. You have no doubt met many such resolute people in your journeys. Well, my little bouncing friend, I must bid you adieu. Shall we, ma chérie? We have a date with Destiny, and we mustn't keep her waiting. Board the Ark of Yamato. Yamato? Marco. My goodness, I can hardly believe it. My eyes may have been enveloped in darkness all this time, but I know when I see a divine being before me. Okami Amaterasu, you've returned home. I, Marco, would like to welcome you on behalf of all Celestials. Celestial being Marco. Oh, I made a mistake. I said that you'd returned home, but of course I was wrong. This is the inside of the dreaded ark which fell from the heavens. It's nothing like our wonderful home, the celestial plane. Alas, only my spirit remains in this world. It's been imprisoned here for many years. Perhaps it was my destiny. Okami Amaterasu, I'd be so grateful if you could bestow upon us a small gift. Not only for me, but for the others who succumbed to death. In exchange, I will give you what I can. I'm sure that it would lift everyone's spirits. Give an offering? Yes. What will you offer? Demon fangs. I mean, I have plenty of money. Oh. I didn't know he was a merchant, too. I mean, we've got everything that we need from this, so... Okami Amaterasu, I'd be so grateful if you could bestow upon us a small gift. Not only for me, but for the others who succumb to death. In exchange, I will give you what I can. I'm sure it would lift everyone's spirits. Okay, I'm gonna do money. Here we go. Here is the very last weapon. I don't have any treasures to sell. I can sell fish. Oops. There we go. I might as well sell the fish. I don't know why I'd take them with me. Okay, so I immediately talked to that guy, but I did want to talk about that particular scene. The parting of Ammy and Issun. I do find Ammy's characterization a little bit bizarre. She's a god. She's the goddess. And yet she seems almost childlike in her knowledge. Like, I can understand not wanting to part with Issun, but trying to go after him just seems silly, short-sighted. Like, shouldn't she know all this stuff that Waka just explained to us? Why would she? And I mean, that's like the whole crux of this scene. Waka had to exposit for us, essentially, because Issun knew very well that he couldn't board the ship. He's not a god. He's not a celestial being, and he hasn't done any deeds worthy enough to elevate him to godhood, which I don't know if that's even a concept in Japan or not. I'm inclined to think that's not a concept. But I always thought it was kind of weird that Ammy kind of had to be told these things. Okay. Did we actually use this weapon? I don't know that we did. Anyway, I want to use that weapon. Wait, we did, didn't we? Because I moved from the gray to The cloud. We'll use it. That's true. That is an element. It could just be that they're having Ammy act the way she is because the audience will be upset or potentially be upset about Issun not being allowed on. Okay, I don't think I'm allowed up here yet, so what happens... See these symbols here? That's blight, because of the swords. Orochi, Spider Queen, and... oh, we forgot Crimson Helm. There's Crimson Helm and Ninetails. So let's go. I don't think I really need to, Hakuba. Goodness, if I'm not mistaken. You're from our home, the Celestial Plane. It's you, Okami Amaterasu. Oh, who would have thought we would meet again after all this time? All my waiting under the dark, cold ice has paid off. We Celestials may have lost our physical form, but our spirits live on and are with you for all eternity. Celestial being Hakuba. We were heartbroken after the battle on the Celestial Plane when you fell to this world with that monster. We managed to escape before it happened, but little did we know the tragedy that was about to befall us. After we ran away from the battle, we boarded the Ark of Yamato, hoping to get away. But not long after we set sail, countless monsters appeared from the depths of the Ark. Having nowhere to run, all of us were devoured by the monsters. This Ark, which was built by the lunar civilization, turned out to be a cargo ship designed to transport thousands of monsters. Not long after setting sail, the Ark lost its rudder and plummeted down to this world. The Celestials on board, each and every one of us, were slain. Except Waka. I don't know why the Moon Tribe built such a thing, but fell to this world and brought such tragedy. Well, it was nothing short of a disaster. Okami Amaterasu, it seems that the Ark has begun to move again after all this time. But this place is like a nest of dark beings. Please take care not to be sucked into the darkness. Excuse me. Dang it. That sword really isn't available for long to hit. Now, come on. Booyah! So I think this fight, you know, I identified all of the major bosses that we have done this whole time, or we did throughout our journey. Okay, so do I have to do this? Please don't make me do this again. I just went out. Oh, thank goodness. And this is probably one of Okami Amaterasu. It seems one of the dark beings has disappeared. If only all the evil power would leave our midst, then I'm sure the Ark would return to the celestial plane. I was ready for immortality, but now it seems the time has come for my spirit to take leave. It's brought joy to my heart to have met you before I depart. I hope that you will return to the celestial plane, Amaterasu, and that you will bring light to this world once more. Yeah, one of the least fathomable things about this whole thing is that I cannot believe we have to face all these bosses again. And we have to face Orochi again for the third time. Who thought this was a good idea? I am changing my thing for that. Look, we got all the weapons. Look how cool that is. Very neat. Okay, I expected to meet another celestial being. I don't know why I'd need yen up here. But I find it very interesting. So that last celestial being that we met, Hakuba, if I remember correctly. So I like how right at the very end of this game, she talks about... Ah, crap. I hope you can't hear that. She talks about how, oh, when you fell with the monster to this world... We've not heard anything about that particular piece of story. I'm sure you could barely hear me there for a moment. I was plugging in my headphones, so we didn't have to hear that. Alright, we're plugged in. Let's go. Let's face Orochi again. But now I'm curious, what monster was Amaterasu fighting when she fell from the celestial plane. Hello, Yanorochi. As if we haven't done this frickin' fight enough times. I like how they got me 8 purification sake for this, Okay. I gotta hit the bell again. Ah! I mean, this just seems like a classic case of, how do we extend the gameplay? I know. Let's make them fight it all over again. Oh, that shouldn't have hurt me. Okay. All right, drunk. Let's go. There we go. Oh, come on. Yeah! Oh, come on. Get up there. There you go. Oh, that only took 2 heads. Okay, Epicurean Bell is broken. And it's not like this game is short. We're at hour 34 on it. Ah, so close. And if I remember correctly, I think I must have spent 40 to 50 hours on this game the first time I played it. Because of course I didn't know even as much as I know now. Really? Come on. Whoa. I was expecting him to do the poison thing. I'm curious. It's been a while since I did a bomb. Okay, that did some damage. I did a little bit more damage there. I can't believe that actually still worked as a bomb. That was not a particularly elegant bomb. Oh, nice! Oh, too far away. Dang it. I can't believe that worked. I actually am rather curious about the narrative reason for why is this so weird? What is the narrative reason for having all these bosses all over again? Is it the whole, you know, there was that thing of, like, oh, we saw the shadows. We saw the shadows flying off and they, you know, flew up north kind of thing. We're multitasking here. There we go. Oh, what? Get up there. It just makes me wonder if these evil spirits can die. Is it a little bit like Ammy herself? Like, she died, but she lost her physical form, and you know, Sakuya was able to bring Amaterasu back. So do the gods ever truly die? And I'm throwing the demons. I don't think the demons are gods, but maybe they're of a similar level of importance. I don't know. Maybe. I can't remember. Zomber, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? Or I should say more specifically, Korra. Have you seen The Legend of Korra? Thankfully, we did not need to cut their heads off this time. Not Korra. Okay, well, I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. But in Korra, they actually explored the origin of the Avatar, which I thought was honestly pretty cool. I was not expecting much from that, but it ended up being quite good. And there's this exactly what was sort of hinted at, this eternal struggle between light and darkness, and this whole idea of within darkness there's always a little bit of light, and within light always a little bit of darkness. And I mean, that serves as a pretty major plot point for a twist later. I mean, I don't think that's enough to call a spoiler, but you might get the picture. And of course, Avatar is heavily based in I can't say Asian mythology because that's way too generic. We don't need to go up there anyway. But that's heavily based in, I mean, there's Japanese mythology, and I believe, you know, the Inuit people are represented in the Southern Water Tribe. Sado, it's you, Okami Amaterasu. I did wonder when the ark began to move. Lo and behold, it's the guardian of our home, the celestial plane. Celestial being Sado. Why did such tragedy befall us? This ark was built by the lunar civilization as a rescue boat. It had been enshrined in the celestial plane for many years. We believed it would be safe. In order to ensure our future existence, we fled to the ark when the monsters attacked us. How could we have known this ark would become our coffin? I don't know. Maybe it was our destiny. Perhaps it was all decided from the start. Sado. That monster, Orochi, who attacked the celestial plane, had suddenly come flying across the sea of stars. And after destroying our people and our homeland, it went on to cause pain and suffering in this world. Perhaps it was all preordained by the Moon Tribe. Now that's interesting because he said that this guy, Sado, said that the ark was meant to be a vessel of safety of some sort, but then Hakuba said that it was designed to carry monsters. This seems like a case of unreliable narrative. Alright, I believe this is the Spider Queen. I mean, we've already had to face the Spider Queen twice too, but that was at least on accident and not by narrative design. Okay, I might be able to wrangle this one. There we go. Ah, come on. So, the monsters are much tougher this go around. Because otherwise our weapons would be making much shorter work of them. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. Trying to get... Oh gosh, I can't even see. There we go. No, no. There we go. Yay, got out in time. Come on. Okay, I might have an angle. Okay, that's good. Oh, come on. Oh. By a thread. Okay, trying to get a good angle again. That might do the trick. Yep. Oh, good. I love tap. Time, bad. Damage, apparently not very good. I mean, it really wasn't very good, even though this is the latest weapon that we've gotten. It maybe for Okami 2, they'll actually give us numbers for weapons that are good. Because that was underwhelming. All right, let's switch to our solar flare weapon, which is the weapon we got when we completed getting all 13 brushes. I don't know if that is theoretically the most powerful weapon. I kind of want to liken it to the Master Sword from Zelda. So in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the Master Sword is kind of lame in that you can't use it forever. It runs out of power and it needs recharging, which is, again, kind of lame. But when it comes time for the final fight in those games, the Master Sword is like specifically against Ganondorf, and therefore it stays fully powered as long as you use it for the fight. Okay, yeah, let's not wander back into that again. This guy. I'm gonna see this guy again. Sado. Okami Amaterasu. I sense the presence of someone here on the Ark. Could it be that man from the Moon Tribe? I can feel his pain somewhere deep down inside this Ark. Amaterasu, you must save him without a moment's delay. You must stop the seeds of tragedy from being sown. In order for the evil in this world to be exorcised, the sun god Amaterasu must return to the celestial plane. I pray that you will watch over the world from the heavens, and that you will bestow peace upon us all. I mean, the only other person that we know who boarded this ship was Waka. And yet we don't see him anywhere. Oh, look at that. The ones that we've done are already lit. So next, I think, is Crimson Helm. Yeah. There we go. Full health. I don't even need a snack bar. Or a holy bone, whatever it's called. Okay, I'm gonna plant a bomb in front of Crimson Helm. There we go. There we go. That was good damage. What? Get over here. That's more like it. Hey. Why is it making this stupid thing behind you? Well, this is very annoying. Alright, make the stupid bomb right here. Why is it doing that? That's very annoying. There. That was odd. Why did my camera do that? Time. Damage was good. Time bad. Okay, so now we just have one boss left. Okay, yeah, just looking for the solar stuff. Do not fall in there. Okay, so the final boss left in this rotation is Ninetails. So I'm going to change things up a little bit. This is the one with the lightning power, yeah. This is the one with the lightning power. Azumi. I've been waiting for you, Okami Amaterasu. My fleeting spirit will disappear at any moment. I'm glad I was able to hold on long enough to meet with you. Celestial Being Azumi. Long, long ago, you and Orochi fell together to this world. Okay, so Ammy battled Orochi, which is probably why Ammy took a particular interest in Orochi. Then you waited for the Chosen One to put an end to Orochi's life. You waited patiently for countless moons, until finally the Chosen One, Nagi, was born. Together, you sent the monster of the moon to its fate. You didn't realize it, but that was just one ripple in the wave of darkness. It's exactly 100 years since the legend of Nagi. The monster was quietly recovering its strength for all those years, until it used Nagi's descendant Susanoo to complete its revival, and once again it tried to destroy this world. When you defeated it, the next stage of its plan began. It cursed the land with its evil power, and the world was soon overrun with monsters from the Ark. That's a really cool illustration of Ninetails. Orochi's evil essence was more than enough to power them all. The smoldering powers of darkness exploded throughout Nippon, and the world was thrown into a storm of chaos never seen before. After that, well, you saw with your own eyes. The evil powers that left those monsters you defeated have all gathered here in the Ark of Yamato. Exorcism of the roots of evil is a daunting task. You must keep your eyes open for what's in the center of it all. I guess I should be happy that they didn't make me have to fight the owls again. That'd be harder by myself, that's for sure. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ninetails! I'm coming for you! I'm gonna throw my Pokeball at you. Yeah, I remember. Haha. I was faster. Okay. There, I used my sword against Ninetails. Well, you're considerably shorter on Tails, aren't you? What was that? Aha! Oh, yes. Okay, I was curious if it... And now your form is revealed. Oh. I accidentally burned him with his own sword. That's funny. Where am I? There I am. And you're done. Ninetails was the easiest by far. Look at that. Good time, good damage. 109,000 yen. Alright. Back to this again. And I think I'll keep the beads as my secondary weapon. Azumi. Okami Amaterasu. It has begun at long last. The waves of darkness have finally begun to roll. All this evil power. I cannot hold on much longer. Amaterasu, there's one final thing I must tell you. The man of the moon tribe with the golden hair. I want you to tell him something. The Celestials will never forget how he fought alongside you when Orochi attacked. We are forever grateful. I don't think it's technically dying, but their dying animations are a little extra. Okay. And thus, I will make my very last save of the game. There's a reason this music is playing, because this is not the end of the bosses. Okay, I'm just taking one last look. All of them are lit up in blue instead of red. Alright. Let's go. Marco. Okami Amaterasu. Just being able to see you with my own eyes. I can't tell you how much joy it brings me. It pains me that I can't remain with you until the end. But I know that you won't let us down. Now, I must join the others, but I'll never forget you, and how we used to play in the fields in our homeland. I pray that you will always shine bright, Amaterasu. More like, I have to KO the next boss. There you are, Amaterasu. I thought I could handle this before you arrived. But it seems I have met my match. This brings back memories, Machete. Remember when we faced Orochi together on the celestial plane? Behold, it is shrouded in darkness, but make no mistake. This is none other than Yami, the evil ruler of darkness. It was he who slew the Celestials on board this very ark. and brought misfortune upon the land of mortals. Of course, it's too dark to see his true form now. And so it begins. The dreaded day of darkness is upon us. I mean, the sun has been in that position for a very long, like, the moon has been in that position for a very long time. Look at our constellations! Distorted time and space brings about this phenomenon. This ill-fated day only occurs once every 100 years. Nobody, not even the gods, has the power to stop it. Still, I shall stand firm and fight this battle. For it was I who brought the Ark of Yamato to the celestial plane. But I was oblivious to the evil that lurked in its depths. I caused the death of countless innocent celestials, and brought a curse upon the land of mortals. However, I cannot reset my actions nor undo the past. I mean, did you have to be such a smug asshole to Issun? Amaterasu, Orochi can only be defeated with the power of the Chosen One. That's what I told you, and you waited for me without question. You waited patiently in this land of mortals. You waited for the day that Nagi the Chosen One was born. You believed in me despite knowing that I count myself among the ranks of the accursed moon tribe who had escaped from the lunar realm. I was deeply moved by your earnest spirit. And that is why my faith in you has not waned since that fateful day, when we engaged Orochi and battled side by side. Amaterasu, you must return to the celestial plane. You must do so in order to bring peace to this world. No. Oh, jeez. Well, you know, it's really hard to do this fight when I can't see where I'm going. Yeah, so it coughs up a brush each time. You retrieved rejuvenation. Unfortunately, that does not help me, but okay. At least I have a weapon now. I can't even get more health. Okay. Yeah, give me back another power. And of course, this is a famous trope of video games, is that they strip you down of nothing. Power slash, heck yeah. And yes, it frequently manifests in like you gotta get your powers back, usually by facing some kind of trial. And I guess we just kind of have to beat it out of Yami. Also, it's called Yami, and of course, the first thing I think of is Yu-Gi-Oh. But it was Kaiba who had the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh. Perfect. I did wonder. And of course, that's not the end. We haven't even gotten all of our brush powers back. Yay, new... Ow. Oh, right, I don't have the power for that yet. Yeah, give me my powers back. You retrieved Cherry Bomb. I mean, that's not nothing. What? Aha! This reminds me of another boss, but I can't talk about that right now. Because that's major spoilers for that game. Awesome. You retrieved water spout. Heck yeah. Now we can play with water. Oh. No. You got lucky. You retrieved Crescent. Okay, cool. Don't you bring that fire at me. Haha. Okay, maybe this will be an easier way. Oh man. All the way up there? Crap! Now stop going all the way to the top. Dang it. Oh, I can't even see. That's just mean. I can't even get there. That's kind of dumb. Again. Ha! Single hit. Woohoo! Really? Another single hit. Yay. Sucks losing your powers, doesn't it, Yami? Oh, fun. I think I'm supposed to slash it. Come on. I said... Oh, I don't have the wind power back yet. Duh. There. Yes, about time. Give me a new power. I'm still on fire. You retrieved a gale storm. Ah, yes, this is what I needed. I like how, to some extent, it's incorporating elements from all the other bosses. Alright, yeah, give me a power back. Because, of course, the owl, Nechku, I think, also had a slot machine built into it. You retrieved Inferno. Ha ha ha! You retrieved a Veil of Mist. I can slow time again. I can't sense myself, so... No, like I need that right now. Thankfully, that gold pot thing has been really good. Hey. My cat is bothering me. Yes, Hobbs. What do you want? Oh, wow. That's the first time that's happened. Still, that gold thing has been amazing. Ah. Sorry, I'm tending to my cat. He's in my lap. Are you watching me play? Do you want to watch me play? Ooh, we're almost done with this stage now. Nice. you doing, cat? Man, when did he get an arsenal of weapons? Oh. There you go. Hops, you're kind of in my way. Give me another brush power. So I kind of feel like I need beads for this one. Okay, I'm trying to get a good... Huh. It's not... Oh, I don't have the lightning power yet. And I don't have my frost power either. Crap. I can't do... Whoa, what was that? Finally! New brush power. I think I only have like 6 or 7 back. Still a fair few to get. You retrieved catwalk. Not the most useful right now. Oh, I can use it. What's going on here? Is this burned? Really? Come on. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. My cat's still laying in front of my keyboard. Well, hopefully he doesn't hit the keyboard. His big butt's in the way. Golden Peach. I don't know how useful that is right now. Nice. Someone is giving me boons. Who is that? Yes. Fall down. This whole game, I have not used a single one of these, like, steel fist sake. But I think now would be a good time. Cough up my lightning power. Okay, so it does it when I do the Veil of Mist, which is just kind of interesting. That steel fist sake thing did not last very long. I'm assuming things will get a lot easier once I get my lightning power back. You retrieved Thunderstorm. Thank you. Finally. There we go. Yeah. Dang. Oh, I don't have... I don't have the blizzard power back yet. It's funny, it didn't even have the blizzard power that long, and yet... Who is that that's doing that? It's a priest. Yes, this is much better than the platforming stuff. That was silly. It would be different if they gave me more time to actually get up the platforms, but they didn't, so... You know, I think... Even though the beads are really good for attack power, I just think they're not strong enough. Maybe this one will be better. I appreciate that I can change weapons in battle. That's pretty nice. Don't we have a zillion godhoods? Yes, we do. Let's take advantage of that. All right, finally. Another power back. You retrieved Blizzard. Oh, good. There is a method to this madness. Wow. There we go. Okay, that's better. Dang it. Well, we're getting there. We are getting there. I wonder, what is the purpose of the frozen? Come on. There, get around the foot. Yeah, so kind of the annoying thing about these weapons is that there is... Some weapons are more powerful than others, for sure. But it doesn't show that. Nah, one more. One more. I'm pretty sure I've gotten all the magic powers out of this round that I can. Okay. I got you now. I don't think that's all the powers, though, is it? Did I get Green Sprout all back in one? I must have. Not bad, Furball. Well, you know the drill. Let's have one of those famous howls of yours. And now the final boss for real. I always found it really upsetting to see the constellations destroyed in the background. Bah, that furball's always spacing out like that. Ammy can't get anything done without my help. Camellia, is that doggy crying somewhere, sis? Is that why the sunshine has disappeared? Camille, I haven't seen a doggy for a while now. Did my saying there's no such thing as gods cause all this? Mushi, Snowy, the whole digging king? I never dreamed that you were a god. You're gonna make Hayabusa a nervous wreck if you don't get that sun shining again soon. Princess Fuse, Amaterasu, thanks to you, we can protect our village by ourselves. But you must be strong, Bull. For the canine warriors so dearly wish to see you once more. Tama, that god sure was burning with passion. I don't know what happened, but if that mongrel doesn't come out of hiding, I'll have to send up a really big one to reignite that passion. Mr. Bamboo, oh, so that wolf was really a god? Perhaps I should have made an offering of my bamboo ware. It may be my fault that the sun has ceased to shine. Mr. Orange, who would have ever thought that that rascal was really Shiranui reborn? My, have that god loved my cherry cakes? You know, I don't think we ever actually picked up her cherry cakes. Could this darkness be caused by hunger? Jamba, sure. Underling, uh-oh. Underling, the boss is praying. Kushi, Snowy, did something happen to you? Why has the sun suddenly disappeared? Susano, Fido won't roll over and play dead for evil. No brother of mine would dream of it. Ha 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 ha. Oki, something in your brushwork touches the heart, Issun. You never abandon your life as an artist after all. When one tries to master something, it ends in either success or failure. But it is in the attempt itself where you find the true value. Believe in your own power and walk your own path. Otahime, Issun, I see you have finally heeded your calling. Your resolve is plain to see in your drawing. It has the power to move people's hearts and inspire their faith in the gods. Amaterasu, their faith shall be your power. I hate to say it, Hobbs, but you are not Amaterasu. So you really shouldn't be answering this. Ishaku. Ha ha! He did it! My grandson did it! Look at that spirit behind this beautiful brushwork. He truly deserves the title of Celestial Envoy. It's work like this that can show the true glory of the gods and guide people to the right path. There's one thing I'm sure of, Amaterasu. You found a much better companion than I could ever be. Okay, everyone, I know it's kind of hard to see in this darkness, but get a load of my latest work. Issun, the wandering artist, presents his interpretation of the great god Amaterasu. Can you hear me, Ammy? You're not floundering about without me, are ya? You gotta pull yourself together. I finally chose my path, and I have the resolve to see it through. I've started to roam the land as your missionary, but you gotta take care of things on your end, too. Don't look so sad. Just psych yourself up like we always did, remember? Oops, I almost forgot. Check these out, everyone. It's the great god Amaterasu, descending from the heavens. Pretty good, huh? Ammy was smiling down from the sky just a little while ago. Something must have disturbed the furball's concentration, though. That's why the world has gone dark. Without Ammy, we can't take a refreshing nap outdoors. Rice won't grow. Plants and flowers will wither. Laundry won't dry. Haha. We, of course, dried Mrs. Orange's laundry. Monsters will roam about like they own the place. In other words, our world will be a total mess. No one wants to live in a world like that, especially me. So come on, everybody. Let's join together to call upon the great god. Let's show Ammy that we truly believe. Put your hands together and pray. Let's make our gratitude obvious. I mean, we shouldn't pray only when we want something. We should consider how the gods must feel once in a while. We should even take on some of their burden. If you pray with all your heart, maybe the sun will cheer up and show itself once again, lighting our world with its heavenly glow. After all, the best thing about the great god Amaterasu is that happy-go-lucky spirit. Right, Ammy? Answer if you can hear me, you big furball. Yay! Constellations are returning. And so, we get to play the climactic battle between Yami and Amaterasu as Yami herself as she was meant to be. In all of her glory. And now, the reference to the title of this video, The Sun Rises. That's the name of this track because Ammy has returned. Can't touch. Hobbs, really? I'm sure our prayers have reached Ammy. I don't see anything in the background that I can use. I know that no matter... Oh, come on. No matter how dark it gets where that god is now. Oh, there we go. There's a great smile behind that shining sun up there. Ow. Still not as cool as that that bomb that Shiranui made. Ow. Hey. I don't think I... There we go. There. There. Whoops. Looks like the ground can once again be destroyed. Come on, get around the hand. There we go. Ammy. Thanks. I think I could have done, well, I should say I think I could have been maybe a little bit more competent in that fight, but you know what? Good fight. Fantastic, Amaterasu! What a long and winding road it's been, eh, Machete? But at last, our arch nemesis, Yami, the Dark Lord who brought darkness. That's a funny way of phrasing things. The Dark Lord who brought darkness, you don't say. Upon the land of mortals has been annihilated for all eternity. I must say, I was really surprised by your little bouncing friend. You couldn't have done it without him. That tickles. Down. Heal. You're gonna lick me to death. Well, Amaterasu, time to embark to even stormier seas. Making the world a better place is never easy. You must return to the celestial plane and set things in order. Only then can you usher in a new age of peace in the mortal world. Our journey is far from over, Machete. How very interesting. Now, full speed ahead. First stop, the celestial plane. That really sets up for a sequel. I kind of forgot how much it did. It definitely wanted, or I should say Clover Studios, I think, really wanted to do a sequel. But of course, Okami was not a particularly commercial success. And I think they went bankrupt, or Konami shut down their studio. And then it wasn't until later that Konami came back and went, oh, you know, there's still interest in this property. Let's make Okami Den. And I guess that was alright. I didn't play it. But, still not good enough. And that is why we're finally getting the real, the proper Okami sequel from the man himself, Kamiki. The Path to Heaven, eh? Kinda sounds like fun. You remember what I said the first time I met you, Ammy? There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. So I'm going, Furball, and there's no way you're gonna stop me. I'm gonna pull out all the stops and inspire people's faith in you. You're gonna have more believers than you know what to do with. You'll see. Until then, take care of yourself, you big furball. I appreciate that they showed Issun properly as his punkly self and not his teeny tiny minuscule self. That's an interesting way to do credits. Kind of the traditional Japanese, left to right. Very cool. And that, friends, is Okami. Still a fantastic game, and, well, a fantastic and timeless game, even to this day, even if some parts have aged somewhat poorly. Like, yeah, some of the dialogue can be pretty annoying and repetitive, and Issun himself, it got really old hearing him just be perverted. Thankfully, that was at least only a small part of the story, and it wasn't really enough to sour opinions on Issun. Even if I would say that my opinion has maybe soured a smidge on Issun just because of how perverted he was. But let's get past that. The rest of the game is absolutely solid. Beautiful, beautifully illustrated. I think the message in general behind the game is a good one. Sort of a kind of a light triumphs over evil, and I think to a lesser extent, you know, saving the world through rejuvenation, through growing, through you know, planting trees for the next generation instead of, you know, being selfish and doing only exploitation. I think that really holds up as well. And the story itself is quite good. I mean, it is a hero's journey. It's an odd hero's journey because Amaterasu is a god who's been reborn, but to some extent she's... I don't want to say childish, because she's not childish. She is happy-go-lucky, the way Issun said, and, you know, she kind of had that, that sort of relaxed, kind of thing about her, where she didn't really sweat everything that was going on, but she still knew how to put her nose to the grindstone and, you know, do her job of killing monsters. Well, beating monsters, I should say. Killing them, yes. The story structure of the game, I think, is just very interesting because the story is very compartmentalized. Of course, it has the first arc, which is about Orochi and defeating him, and then it switches to, oh, let's go to the city. It becomes a little bit more disjointed because it's about the countryside and the city, and at first, oh, the city is in trouble, what do we do? And then we finished that segment, but that wasn't the big bad. That was more like a mini boss kind of segment. And all along, there was another bigger threat just kind of waiting in the wings, which I don't think it really did the best job of hinting at, I guess is how I'd put it. Do we really have, like, a... Ah. And that concludes this most secret of tales. Well then, I'd say that's enough storytelling for today. This story contains the hopes and dreams of many fine people. Keep it close to your heart and cherish it. I will always cherish Okami. What's that? You want to know why I alone know this tale that no one knows? You listened to the whole story and never figured it out? It's Issun, isn't it? You missed the whole point. Jeez, what's wrong with you? I suppose I'll have to tell the whole story all over again. You'd best learn to show my brush the respect it deserves. Anyway, I'm tired. Let's call it a day. If you're eager to hear more, I can tell you the rest of the story some other time. Lynn, do your best to live up to the heroes I told you about. It's time to roll this scroll up and give it a title. Okami Amaterasu's Adventure. Come back again, okay? Until next time. Nice. Okay, the proper credits again. In the second arc, I really don't think they did enough to hint at Ninetails' presence, or that Priestess Rao was Ninetail. Pretty much, they only did it right when the gig was up. It works still. Like, it obviously did not ruin the story. It's still a great story. I just wish they could have done more to actually lead up to that particular twist. Rather than just kind of pull it out of their hat and go, oh, you know, Ninetails was Priestess Rao the whole time, and you had no idea. And of course we didn't. We don't know what kind of powers a regular human has, because it seems like they do have powers. And then, of course, to end the compartmentalization, we had the story up in the north, which was kind of interesting. They did start mentioning Yami, you know, roughly around the middle part of the second story. Waka, you know, talked with Ammy. I think it was Waka who mentioned Yami. Or was it one of the bosses? Blight may have mentioned Yami too. I actually have a difficult time remembering already. Anyway, aha! Time, bad. Damage, okay. The Dark Lord. Total results. Playtime, 36 hours, 12 minutes. 1 sec. Hey, 0 deaths. Enemies defeated, 400 money gained. Demon things found. Praise earned. Okay. Days passed, 44. Save, 64. Sorry, I'm trying to see behind. I think 36 hours is a pretty decent playtime. It doesn't show any kind of, you know, measurement. But yeah, 0 deaths. Heck yeah. Look at that. I got an Ammy head for that. I don't know what that means. But that's interesting that I need more... I guess I needed to buy out the Demon Fang shop in order to get the, like, the cherry blossom version of that tree. I almost got the cherry blossom version of the money, but I kind of avoided those monster slips after a while, because they just weren't really necessary. Anyway, oh, what a good game. I'm really glad I could play that again for this channel, and I really hope, you know, when Okami 2 comes out, or whatever the sequel is going to be called, that I'm still around to be able to play for this channel and kind of put the cherry on top. Because I do like a series. Now, I do want to discuss what game I'm going to play next. I think I mentioned in the course of playing this game that I would like... The next game I want to play is something that I've not played before. And I do have a couple of games that I own that I really should play at some point. There's Dear Esther, A Plague Tale: Innocence, Spiritfarer, The Talos Principle, Hellblade, The Walking Dead. As far as I know, all these games are quite good. Story-wise, Dear Esther would be pretty interesting, just because the only other Chinese... So, Dear Esther was made by the game developer, the Chinese group, and the only other game I know of that they made was the sequel to the Amnesia series. So there's Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and then there's Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, done by the Chinese room. And there are varying opinions about Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, but I would love to play that game for this channel, because I think the story is quite fascinating. It is dark. I try to keep, in terms of content, I do try to keep things maybe a little on the lighter side, so that it's potentially appropriate for younger audience members. But yeah, Machine for Pigs is decidedly not appropriate for young audience members. It is very much a mature game. Whatever. I really shouldn't bother talking about that right now, because I don't want to play a Machine for Pigs yet. So, Zomber, do you have any particular opinions about what game I'm going to play next? Oh yeah, there was another game that I saw recently that I would absolutely love to play. I don't own it because it just came out, and it's called... what is it called? Hobbs, you're in my way. As you tend to be. It's called... I know I put it on my list, on my wish list. Sword of the Sea. Now, Sword of the Sea... the trailer said, from one of the minds behind the video game Journey, and Abzu. I've not played Abzu. I've heard good things, but I still haven't played it. But Journey is one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. And the inspiration for Sword of the Sea is quite obvious, because there's a lot of sand, and you're surfing the sand on a sword, of course. That's very Journey. The aesthetics are very similar. The character looks a lot like the character from Journey. I'm very tempted to start with that. I did just buy Journey on Steam. So that is, I don't know if it's currently on sale, but I did buy it within the last 5 days for $5. So if there's anyone here watching that has never played Journey, I highly recommend it. It is maybe a 2 to 3 hour game tops. It really doesn't take that long. And it is, of course, another game that I would absolutely love to play for the channel. And I could easily, crush that out in an afternoon. Okay. Yeah, Journey is such a good game. Holy cow. It really is just inspired. I did play some of Flow, and so when I bought Journey, it was originally exclusive to the PlayStation, and it came in a pack with Flow and Flower, so I was able to play both of those games too, and they're good. You know, they're innovative, they're inspiring, but of course it doesn't really have a narrative like Journey does. Or, like, even by Journey standards, the narrative is not fleshed out. And Journey's narrative is not it's not fleshed out in the sense that they left a lot to the imagination, which is perfectly acceptable storytelling method. So that isn't to say that Journey does not have a story. It does, but it leads a lot to interpretation. Anyway, let me bring this to a close. So I think the next game that I'm going to play is A Plague Tale: Innocence. I don't know, there's something about that one that's just pulling at me. I think it'll be good. So hopefully next week, that's what we'll be playing. I can't think of a reason why I won't be here next week. Actually, no. No, I can. Unfortunately, I will not be able to play next Tuesday, so sorry about that. But the Tuesday after that, in 2 weeks, I'll be back to play A Plague Tale: Innocence. Thank you so much for watching this stream. Thank you, Zomber, for tagging along. I know it's pretty late for you, so I appreciate you hanging through it to the very end. It's, of course, always a pleasure to have you on the stream. I enjoy our conversations very much. For anyone else watching, I hope you enjoyed this stream, this full stream of Okami. This is KO Lynn, signing out.